No matter how hard I try, I cannot seem to make Keurig hot cocoa work.
Keurig hot cocoa?
Keurig hot cocoa. Yeah, they got the Swiss Miss cups.
Oh.
But it always seems fucking watered down. Like, unless I'm making like a 4-ounce espresso size, it just seems so watered down.
I can see that. I've always been nervous about even trying those for that reason.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna say it's depressing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't try to like find a benefit for it. It's just not. It just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a Keurig, so it doesn't matter. But even if I had one, I would still probably just buy like the packets.
You ever tried doing? I know my mom did it a couple years ago, where like some kind of chocolate bar that's specifically made. I want to say it's like a Hispanic thing.
Yes, it is. I think it's called Abuela or Abuelita.
Yeah,
it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it's like you just melt it in like warm milk or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's got like cinnamon and cayenne and.
Yep. Yeah, and I think
so good.
And I think one of the biggest problems is, and kind of like looking at it as I'm watching as I watch the Keurig make the hot cocoa, it's the cup's filled with the powder, and all it is just a stream of water shooting straight through it. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's probably just pushing like the mixture like just through. It's not mixing. It's just shooting it down.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like maybe everything's just settled at the bottom of the cup. I'm just trying to slowly swish it around to make sure it works.
Right.
And
I wonder if there's like I mean, I don't know, but are there Keurigs with like a hot cocoa setting where you could kind of control and say like go slower through this because it's hot cocoa and not coffee?
Probably the more advanced, nice ones.
Mm.
I do know that whenever it comes time that Freakin Studios really kicks off and we're able to get our own like office/studio, I will splurge and get a really nice coffee maker because I had one at Intertech when I worked there the first time, and I had one at Mead when I worked there, and it makes the day so much different knowing that you have like an actual coffee machine where you can press a button and you can either have hot chocolate, you can have a macchiato, you can have a cappuccino, you can just have a regular coffee with no cream or sugar. You can have a coffee with cream, you can have a coffee with sugar, you can have a half coffee, half hot chocolate. It's a game changer. And I know those machines are like thousands of fucking dollars. But I'll tell you right now, if we have enough money to get a studio with an office, we're going to have enough money to buy a really nice coffee maker. Possibly even somebody who could come in and make us omelets once a month.
Ooh, nice.
Right. On those rare occasions where we come in and work on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But stirring it does help. Fun fact. So I guess you just have to consistently just fucking move it around.
Strange.
Yeah. For those of you listening, this is our entire episode. We're just going to talk about my hot chocolate this entire time.
I'm into it. It's hot chocolate weather.
100%. We finally got snowfall.
Yeah.
So abruptly, too.
It took so long.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't get as much as I thought we were going to get, though.
No, I thought we were up to I thought it was like 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah, up here it was saying 8 to 10. And we got 3.
Yeah, I think down here we got maybe 2, maybe an inch and a half. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't enough for me to worry about how I'm going to get out of my driveway. And that's what I'm really looking like. That's the win right there.
The worst part is that we actually canceled church because my pianist was saying, "Hey, I don't think I'll be able to get out of my garage tomorrow." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'll cancel church. I don't, I wasn't planning to be there anyway."
Mm.
So I get that one holiday off a year, and so it's just I had someone lined up to come in and preach, and I just emailed them and said, "Hey, don't worry about it. We're just gonna stay home." And then we got 2 inches of snow. It's like, what? Oh, well.
No, but we're going to talk about, this is our season finale. We're ending season 5 here. I know, on the last episode, I know I was talking about how we're going to do 2 episodes to kind of wrap up, Phantom Tollbooth, and we're going to talk about this and the other thing. But the thing is, when I finished up Phantom Tollbooth and realized that Chapter 20 is only maybe 2.5 pages. It's just you know what? We could probably wrap everything up in one.
It wraps up quick as a book.
Yeah, and the thing is, realistically, they probably could just put chapter 20 into chapter 19 and been okay, but I think whoever did this really wanted a 20th chapter.
I can see that.
So we're going to wrap up from the Tollbooth. I do want to talk about those new laws that went into effect in 2022, because we are in 2022 right now. We've already said goodbye to 2021. So it's time to leave that year in the rearview mirror, if you will, and hope that 2022 is not the same.
Mm-hmm.
We've so far celebrated, 730 days of bullshit. Is that what 2 years is? 365, 720?
Oh, yeah.
730.
730. Yeah.
Yeah, so roughly about 730 is a bullshit, so hopefully we don't continue on. Hopefully this is a new year with a new opportunity to grow. I know one of the big things that have changed before we grab into these laws is the CDC dropped the quarantine dates or time from like 10 days to 5 days.
Yeah, if you're vaccinated.
No, really?
Yep. Yep. If you're not vaccinated, they still recommend 10. Although they weren't super clear about it, so I'm sure there are a lot of business owners who are like, fuck it.
Oh, 100%. Because they're going to look, all they're going to do is look, like, they just want to get that one sentence like, where am I within guidelines? CDC updated quarantine days to 5 days. Perfect. That's all I needed. Good. Let's move on. If they wanted anything else to be known, it should have been in the very first sentence, because who reads beyond the first sentence?
Yep.
I mean, how many people in the world actually read beyond acceptance of use service plan, whatever, that you fucking check mark and say, hey, I agree to it on whatever.
I don't. I used to skim the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's the same every time. And that's how they're going to get me one of these days, is they're going to change it. And it's going to have they're going to want my firstborn or something. And I'm just going to be like, well, sorry, firstborn.
Right. That's what happens when we don't read the terms and services.
Yep.
It's a big, massive plot, man. And it's like, oh, we're just going to fill this with a bunch of bullshit. It's like, oh, when you put photos on here, just let us know we could use them anytime we want, which I didn't know Facebook did that, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't put anything out on social media that that's
right, that I care about owning.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks if they put me on some kind of, advertisement that makes some money and I don't see any of it. I mean, that sucks, but it's the risk you do, or the risk that you endure when you decide to go on social media.
Right. Well, you know what they say, if you're not paying, if it seems free, you're the product.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I've never heard that. Where did that come from? Never heard that before.
That's how like all the social media stays free, is that they're selling all your data to advertisers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Get that. Yeah. It's one of those things too that we need to we definitely need to look at, like, copyrights and trademarks for our stuff. Because there's some
probably
used, they can be used for whatever.
Yeah.
If I had one goal, if I ever hit that Powerball and Freakin Studios becomes a full blown thing, I'm definitely gonna try to find a way to trademark the word freaking.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I want to try trademarking shit I don't even need just to piss other people off.
Mm-hmm.
I can find a way to, I know there are certain words obviously you can't trademark. I think freakin's one of them. I think I definitely could trademark our spelling of it.
Yeah, right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, what if I went out and trademarked Twat FM?
Right.
I mean, what's Sean gonna do? He's Canadian.
Right. Well, does American trademarking affect Canadian laws? I don't even know.
I don't know, but
would he have to change the name of his podcast and buy a whole bunch of different stuff here?
I would laugh my ass off. That's true.
I would charge him $1 an episode, I think.
Right? Like, hey, Sean, how you doing? You doing good? Yeah, man. What's up? I'm like, listen, I own Twat FM now. It's I own the name.
We trademarked it. It's ours.
Yeah,
if you want to use it in the States, you got to pay us.
Yeah, you got to change it. But you're Canadian. You're cool with it, right? Yeah.
And I take the $7 that it would net me, and I would buy him maple cookies and just send them to him.
Those bullshit maple leaf cookies.
Yeah.
God.
Just to fuck with them. Right. That's where it would be fun.
Send them the shit they already get.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's free healthcare.
Oh God, just find a way to fucking package snow and ship it to them.
Right.
Here is some Illinois snow. Please enjoy. Somehow it affects the rest of the snow in Canada because it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Also, found out, fun fact for everyone out there, Illinois ranks number 2 on the list of states with people who leave it the most.
I can see that. Who's number 1?
New Jersey.
California?
No, New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah. Which,
that doesn't shock me at all, actually.
Right. I wouldn't think it's New Jersey. I would think California. I mean, that was my thought. California, I think, is in top 5. But no, I saw the article here. They're like, okay, well, let me read this through real quick. And yeah, they're talking about Illinois. The article was like, Illinois breaks the top 5 in states with the most depreciation of population or some shit like that.
I can see that.
Yeah, so it was kind of goofy to see that I was number 2. I thought, like, okay, maybe 4, maybe 5, because, you would think, like, California would be up there, New York would be up there.
Right.
But, yeah, no, Illinois. Is my dog in here? Oh, no, he's outside the door. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, I can hear him. It's weird.
I know. I thought he was right fucking behind me, but no, he's just laying outside the door over there. There's more of an echo in the bigger office now.
Gotcha.
But hey, you know what? I like the room, and hopefully one day I put it all together like I wanted to when I did this like 3 months ago.
That's how I feel. I'm in my my podcast studio / game room / when we bought the house, they said they designated this as the master bedroom, and it's like, well, what the fuck? It's on the front of the house. It's like not even ground level. It's like a garden apartment level.
Yeah.
So like the windows are outside, but like half the room is underground. So, like, you can see from the front sidewalk, like, right into the room, unless we put curtains up. Like, why would I want that to be my master bedroom?
See, for me, and because when I haven't been to your house yet, but the way you described it to me is when you walk through the front door, you either go up or you go down.
Yeah.
Okay. See, for me, if I was to live in that house, my master bedroom would be on the bottom.
Well, that's how they have it set up. That's how they decided to have it be. But the thing is it's on the front of the house, and the window, the only window in the room goes right to the front sidewalk. I can see the street and like the children's playground right out there.
Yes, that's too weird.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's first floor, second floor, whatever. I don't think there ever should be a master bedroom that's on the front of the house.
Yeah, it should be on the back of the house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's one of the reasons, like, I was kind of like okay with moving the office to the side room, because now the window's to the side. Bonus, I'm not worried about the sun beaming in and stuff like that, and I don't have to keep the drapes closed nonstop. But no, it's like I'm not a big fan of front of the house bedrooms. I don't know if that was just like just a growing up thing, knowing that somebody was like standing on the sidewalk looking up, and I had the curtains open, and they see me doing my shit or what. Right. But yeah, if it was a lower level back of the house room, I think that's where I'd be the happiest. Just because I'm going to assume your kitchen and everything is on the top floor.
No, kitchen's on the bottom floor too.
Really?
Yep.
See, that I wouldn't like that either.
Yeah, it goes right out. So it's you come down the stairs, and if you keep going straight, you hit our dining room. At the back of the dining room is the sliding door, so you can go right out to the yard. The backyard is level with the kitchen and dining room floor. And then if you are in the dining room and you turn left, you go to the kitchen, and if you keep walking, you get to our utility room.
So going down the stairs doesn't put you below ground.
No, you're. I'm probably waist level with the ground.
Yeah. See, on
the front side.
Yeah.
On the back side, I'm at ground level.
Okay. Yeah. See, for me, I would appreciate it more if I went downstairs, I was going below ground. The kitchen was on the upper level. That's where you have like the kitchen, the dining room, a bathroom for people to use, as well as maybe a guest bedroom, shit like that. It's the lower level. That's your living area. That's maybe a living room downstairs, a bedroom, your own bathroom, and stuff like that. It's the upstairs where you could do you could socialize with people, and have your fun and do all your fancy free stuff. That's interesting. I gotta come up there. I don't know. I've been off for 5 weeks. Oh man, I didn't even realize it's been 5 weeks.
That's wild. I can't believe it's been 5 weeks. I thought you were only off for like 2.
December 10th is when I was my first day off of work. So was it like 4 weeks maybe?
Dang. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I don't know. Well, let's see here. Like the math even matters. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this will be week 4. But you know what?
It's 15 days from the 10th to Christmas.
Yep.
And then a week from Christmas to New Year's. And then like 4 days.
So 4 weeks, a little over 4 weeks. Yeah, roughly. Just under 4 weeks. Yeah, it's you know what the weird part is though? This is probably the longest I've ever gone in my life, and that's including being laid off for the months I was last year, where I haven't worn jeans. I've been in sweatpants and pajama pants every day I've been off work just because they're easier to put on. Yeah. You know, and the only time I ever drove is when I went to physical therapy or I went to the chiropractor, or I went to the doctor for x-rays. Outside of that, I drove a couple times to my mom's and I drove once out to my dad's. Other than that, yeah, hermit. Nice. Get all these people worried about how, you better be careful going out and enjoying yourself because somebody's from work's going to see you. It's like, motherfucker, this isn't a vacation.
Right. I'm not enjoying myself. I'm staying home.
I
rebuild my back from scratch.
I loved when because I know there's people at work that are saying it regardless of who wants to, admit it or not. But I know there are people at work who are assuming that I'm just taking off because I wanted to take off. For those of you who believe that, you can fuck yourselves. Yeah. Because there's no way in hell because the thing is, I'm still trying to go through disability and get my short-term disability payments and stuff. Yeah. Still haven't gotten any of that, so hopefully that comes through.
So you haven't gotten a paycheck in like 5 weeks either.
It's been a while, yeah. Yeah, my last paycheck was for like that 36-hour week that I worked, my last week of working. Yeah, so, hopefully it comes through. That's a headache. That's a clusterfuck. I don't know why everything has to be so fucking difficult, but that is.
Yeah. Because as a society, we got to punish people for any kind of poverty.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, but your credit card's bill is due on the 16th, so if you don't pay us by the 16th, we're going to call you every fucking day until you get it. But when I say, hey, listen, I have to go on short-term disability. I went out last Friday. I'm going to be off for a while. Oh, okay, well, let me send you some information, blah, 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 blah. And then it's just all still pending for 3 weeks. Yep. Like what the, how the fuck is it when I get it, debt collectors want their fucking money, but you know what? People also want their fucking money. I paid into disability so I would have fucking disability. It's the same bullshit with fucking life insurance. You're paying into an insurance that you will never use yourself. It's just for a worst case possible scenario when needed, when you pass away. And that's what disability insurance for. I don't understand how I can sit here and pay so much. It's like, okay, car insurance, I guess, is a better explanation. It's like you pay how much money into fucking car insurance, and how much of it have you ever fucking used? Yeah, right. Wouldn't life be so much easier as if, the whole concept of car insurance was, hey, your monthly payments are going into an account.
Yeah, almost like a health savings account or whatever.
Right. And
which also shouldn't exist, but it should be the opposite, right?
Yeah, and if the insurance company wanted to make a little money off of it, okay, 10% of your monthly payment goes to the insurance company so they can fucking keep functioning. But I'm sorry, if I pay I used to, I'll say at the high end, at the highest point I've ever bought was my car insurance was like $120. I think it's like $80 now, but at one point I was paying $120 a month for full coverage car insurance.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I don't know what the fuck I did either. Yeah, I don't know.
Was that when you had the Navigator?
That's
I think it's the car that you've owned that I could imagine a payment behind.
No, because the thing was, even the Navigator wasn't that much because that was a used 05.
Oh, no.
My 2012 Dodge Ram, I think, was like 108. But that's because I was a guy. I was in my mid-20s and it was red. Because apparently the color factors into the insurance of the car, and so does the gender, so does the age. I think the Navigator was $120 a month. I think because at that time I was like 22 years old. It was a bigger vehicle. It was an SUV. And also I had Allstate instead of State Farm. Allstate for some reason. I love State Farm. Shout out to State Farm.
I can't sing their praises enough.
Absolutely amazing people. Love State Farm. But I've had car insurance since I was 16 years old. If I average out, let's say I average out $100 a month from whatever my highest was to my lowest.
Yeah.
Over the course of 14 fucking years?
Yeah.
Or not 14, 16. 16 years since I started driving. $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year over the course of 16 fucking years.
Huh.
All that money was paid just for the off chance that if I was to total my car, I would get what the Kelley Blue Book value of it was at that point.
Right.
I mean, I've been paying insurance on my truck. I bought my truck in 2013. So I've had it now for 8 years.
Yeah.
So $1,200 times 8 is what, $94,000? $96,000. I paid $96,000 on a truck that if I was to sell it right now would probably bring me maybe $8,000.
No, 9,600.
No.
Should
Is
be
it 9,600? Is it 9,600?
Yeah. 0069.
12, 9. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, 96,000 would be scandalous. I mean, that would be
a lot. That's
class action lawsuit.
Huge. So $9,600. I paid $9,600 on a truck on the off chance that if this thing does get totaled, they're going to pay me for what it's worth. And it's a 2012 Dodge Ram 1500 that has over 200,000 miles on it. So I'll be lucky to maybe get like $6,000 out of it. Maybe if I'm lucky.
I could. Well, right now in the market, I could probably see 11.
No, not for that
truck. Even with 200,000. Yeah, people love pickup trucks.
Yeah, but not that one. There's nothing special about it. It's not the 90s. It's all the newer electronic stuff. Like people who want trucks now, if they're looking at older trucks, they want the very basic bullshit trucks. The ones that my dad bought his first truck for the first time in his life, brand new fucking vehicle for the first time last year.
Yeah.
It was a 2020 Chevy pickup truck or whatever the fuck it is. With fucking manual windows. Because he doesn't want anything electronic.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Because he's like, well, what do I need? So the motor could go out on it now. I'll just roll it down myself. I can do that. Those are the trucks that people want to buy because they're more, I guess in a way like vintage. They're more of a vintage way.
Yeah.
But trucks
from like the 90s. I remember, we were car shopping recently. I don't know if I mentioned this before. Right around Thanksgiving, we got a new car. Traded in the old Hyundai Santa Fe and got a Subaru Outback.
This is at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, right before Thanksgiving we did this.
Yeah. No, this is new to me. Yeah, I haven't heard.
Oh yeah. So we got a 2011, traded in a 2008 Hyundai Santa Fe for a 2011 Subaru Outback. Went from the Santa Fe had like 225,000 miles, I think, and the Outback only had like 73,000.
Okay.
But while I was shopping for cars, I found a bunch of like you can get there's like a Ford Ranger from 1997 that's still $6,000.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. 2007 Ford Rangers were going for like almost 10.
Well, let me see.
It's the combination of everyone's driving now because no one wants to take public transportation. And there's not enough new cars being made because of the chip shortage.
Yeah, and that's somebody. I saw something online, and I don't want to put a lot of stock in shit I see online because obviously a lot of it's not real. But somebody did mention, somebody did put an article out there saying that if you are to look to buy a new vehicle or a newer vehicle, don't get anything from 2021 up.
Really?
Yeah, just because a lot of the shit was kind of like half-ass made.
Huh.
Because a lot of the factories, I guess, were kind of like taking time to make like I don't fucking know whether masks or ventilators or shit like that.
Oh, okay.
But a lot. I mean, like they're still trying to reach production. So I'm not saying that they were made poorly. They just weren't made up to par that vehicles were before the pandemic. And obviously 2020 vehicles were manufactured in 2019.
Right.
So it's the 2021s, 2022s, and stuff like that. That are like just be more cautious of buying those. I think it's ones that have like more of a, they're more computerized. They have the more bells and whistles kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, they've got so many things. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at my car value while we're doing this. But yeah, it was. I know, like, because like the one thing I could tell you about my truck is that if I could get at least 100,000 more miles out of it, I will look at getting a new vehicle down the line.
Right.
Just because it's gonna be 300,000 miles, it's definitely gonna need it. But these brand new fucking 2022 Dodge Rams are fucking phenomenal looking. And as much as I would be like, oh my god, okay, there's so much fucking bells and whistles and computer chip, they said not to do it, I probably would end up fucking doing it anyways.
Yeah.
Just on the hopes and prayers that if it does break down, it breaks down within the first 100,000 miles or whatever the fuck the warranty is.
Right.
But they're so fucking nice. If you ever have a chance, I know you're not a truck guy, but if you ever have a chance, take a look at a fucking 2022 Dodge Ram 1500. They are fucking beautiful. Like, absolutely fucking beautiful. Let's see here.
Say 1500?
Yeah, yep. Dodge Ram 2022 Dodge Ram 1500. The quad cab, crew cab, it doesn't matter. Both of them are phenomenal. I have the Bighorn edition. Those are the ones that have like a little nicer things, more bells and whistles. The Lariat, I think, is another one. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Bighorn pickups. Yeah, I love my fucking Dodge. I absolutely love it. I think it's the best thing I ever fucking bought in my life.
That's how I feel about my Outback.
Yeah.
Although I was really excited. I was going to originally buy our brother Michael's Crosstrek.
Oh, okay.
But his lease ended, and so he had to buy it. And they talked him into the 10-year extended warranty, and it added like an extra $10,000 to the price on my end. And I was like, we can't afford that. So it was a bummer. I was really looking forward to it. It's a great little car, but this will probably serve us better. You know, it's got a lot more interior space. So, you know, hopefully we're going to have a kid or two in the next few years. So, you know, it'll be a lot easier to carry them around, and maybe a dog eventually. Outbacks are great for dogs. So, you know, I'm happy with it. So. Yeah.
And you said you bought it, right? You didn't lease it?
I bought it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Used, but
yeah. You guys are still based on the whole one vehicle thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were originally going to try and get a little bit more out of the Santa Fe and still buy a second car. But like literally, what did we replace? The alternator went out, and like 2 weeks before that, the radiator had gone out. And then 2 weeks after the alternator went out, we started having problems with our spark plugs. And it was just like, well, clearly we've hit the limit on this vehicle without rebuilding the engine. So
$7,000.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
high end $8,000. But yeah, I went.
You were exactly right.
Yeah, I said about 6,500. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, man, like if I had the ability to have the confidence in myself, I would look at being like a car salesman. Just because I think I'd be good at it. I just don't have the faith in living. I don't have the faith in myself to live on a commission-based job.
Oh, I hear you.
Right? I wish I did. I wish I could. If I was younger and I started at a younger age, maybe when I was 16 and I got a job at like a dealership doing like lube repairs or lube work and like, you know, maintenance stuff and moved up. Hell yeah, why hell not? But I think I'd be good at it, man. Like I
think you'd be good at it too. You're a good salesman.
Right? Like I think my uncle, like one of the greatest compliments he ever gave me, Uncle Andy, was you know, like if you ever want to look into sales, I think you'd be really good at it. And I appreciated that. I don't know where he'd get that from, and I guess based on like my personality of being able to talk and stuff, which is weird because you know me better than almost anyone that I've like, I guess maybe a little bit Nick and Sherry, but I think I talk to you more than I talk to them, you know, through the podcasting. You know, I don't really like people.
That's fair.
I don't get me wrong, like I love doing this. I love talking to, people when they come up and like, hey, you do the podcast. And I was like, and I'll be civil, I'll be polite. But it's like one of those things where like, do I need any more friends in my life? Do I really need to, like, I don't need to have a conversation about what's going on with your bunion surgery and shit like that. It's like,
right.
It's just not who I am. And it's nothing against people. It's just me, it's just, I like my me time. Like when I do the podcast with, Dally for JFW, she always comes over here and we do them in person. And she finally got a laptop, and like I was telling her, I was like, "Hey, awesome! Now you can record from your house, and I'll record from mine, and we can just record that. You don't have to worry about coming over." And she said to me, like, "Well, do you just not want me coming over and doing shows?" I'm like, "Honestly, yeah, because then people have to be at my house and shit." And it's just, like I like to be a hermit in some kind of ways.
Right? Yeah. People come over, they got to clean, make sure it's presentable.
Right, that's one thing.
Even if you're not interested, it's still having a woman over, and there's just something about that you got to have the place cleaner.
Yeah,
especially as a single guy. Yeah,
yeah, and that's one of the things I guess I am looking forward to is because I don't know if I mentioned, I know we talked about it beforehand, but the whole plan is if you guys haven't noticed, and Joe, you haven't noticed it yet, I'm not sure, but have you heard me cough at all?
No, I haven't.
Right. Right?
Nice.
I'm feeling better all around. My back is feeling good. I'm probably, like I mentioned, I'm probably like 90% back to being normal in my mobility and stuff. I'm not as congested and sick as I was. It's just, it's one of those things where maybe it's true. You really have to take time to yourself in order to get healthier.
Yeah.
And the thing, I'm sitting here, I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, I got my honey in case my throat hurts. Okay, I forgot the cough drops, but maybe I can make do without them, but I just don't need them. Nice. I'm sitting here without having to shuffle around in my seat because my ass and spine and shit ain't hurting as much as it used to. There's a little discomfort still in my spine, or not my spine, but my lower back, and there's a little discomfort in my leg still. And that was a normal, what I've had up to a couple months ago. So, hopefully I get back to work soon. I kind of get, back into the groove of things, but I mean, I'm feeling fucking good.
Nice.
And, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So when I got my assessments for this week, I got to go to that, get that taken care of. I got physical therapy to do and everything. As far as I know, as long as everything's cleared and I go back to work next Monday, the one thing I want to do, and I know if my mom heard me say this, she'd appreciate it. I really need to clean this fucking house because it is so fucking dirty and filthy and fucking, and I hate it. Like, I am fucking lazy, but I just hate how dirty this fucking house is.
I feel ya.
Right? So, I mean, I'm just really excited to get some cleaning done into it, get some vacuuming done, wiping some shit down, putting some shit away. This is how gross to the listeners out there. Don't be me. So, there's this plant. It's a banana plant that my mom gave me because her and Carl have like 12 of them.
Yeah, they just keep growing.
They just keep growing, and then they split them off into other plants, and then they just keep growing those, and then they keep handing them to fucking people. So I had this plant. They used to be outside. Obviously, it's wintertime. We got to bring it in. I had sitting in this plastic tray sitting on my dining room table, and I'm just watering it, every couple of days whenever the dirt gets a little bit dry and stuff like that. It has been sitting on my fucking dining room table for, I don't know, a couple months now. I was like, I really gotta get that fucking put away. But you know what? The sunlight's hitting it. It's nice. It's whatever. And, I I walked downstairs this morning and I see this fucking puddle by the back door. Like, I'm thinking, like, did the dog fucking piss on the fucking floor? Could he not just fucking wait till I get up? I'm so pissed. I let him out the door. And then as I'm wiping it down, I'm seeing this drip from the fucking dining room table. And I'm like, what the fuck? Come to find out that I haven't been watching the plastic tray that's around the plant. But I guess that planter that they gave me, there's no plastic inside it to keep the water in there.
Oh.
It's just a wooden fucking,
yeah,
like half a barrel fucking thing. I'm like, oh, okay. And then the fucking plastic container that I had the planter in had a crack. So the water was dripping through the dirt, out of the fucking barrel thing, into the fucking plastic container, and just dripping out and running down the seam of my dining room table and dripping out onto the fucking floor. I'm like, how long has this been fucking doing it? So I moved the fucking plant out of the way. The placemat that's on the dining room table was soaked and shit. The runner was wet. I'm like, what the hell? And now my dining room table has some water fucking stain onto it. So I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like, this is my wake up call to where I have to clean this fucking house. Now I got to figure out, hopefully, I can fix the dining room table because now there's just this white water fucking stain on it.
Right, that's what you need.
Right. So, what advice to you people out there? Keep your houses clean. Keep them maintained. Don't be a Travis. Fucking just clean shit up. Do some vacuuming. I got a lot of pet hair everywhere that I got to fucking vacuum up. But I'm excited to do that. And I'm excited that I'm finally able to do it. And I don't have to worry about, my grandma or my mom or my dad telling me, he's like, hey, you really should clean your house and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm like, and I get it. They're 100% right. But there's no way I could do that in the condition I was for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah. It'd be like, I don't know. I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where like, and I get that they come from, I'll say a house of good intentions.
Yeah.
They just want
like, you're home, you're quote unquote not doing anything. Clean your house. You got the time.
Yeah, the biggest thing I know my mom said it several times. My dad's never put it in this way, but my mom's always like, it's like when you clean your house, you can be proud of the home you live in, which is true. I don't like having people over. One thing, I just don't like having people over, unless it's like a party once in a while and I have like close friends over. 2, the house is a mess. It is 100% mess. And I don't want people to sit there and sit there like, oh, why don't you clean this up, do this, do that, blah, 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 whatever. My dad's just like, we'll just fucking clean your mess up, just clean up a little bit. Grandma, clean as you go and stuff like that. So I know they all come from good intentions. They all come, they all have the best intentions for me when it comes to cleaning my house. Just the last 3 weeks or so just wasn't it. And regardless of like, there's like, well, you can at least do this or do this. It's like, it's not it. Like, yes, I need to get up and walk around. It keeps my back fucking, loosening up. Right. I need to do my stretches. I can't be sitting around and laying down all day. But the problem is, when I would sit there and try to wash my dishes, I couldn't get through washing dishes without my back hurting me. And all that was a plate, a fork, a bowl, and a couple of cups. Like 5 minutes. I couldn't stand at the kitchen sink for 5 minutes without my leg hurting me, my back hurting me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go lay down. Like,
you gotta. I mean, you're a tall guy. You're taller than me, and I'm taller than average. And when I do dishes, if I stand there for too long without moving, my back hurts.
But that's why I wish to God I would have lifted those dining room, those kitchen cabinets and tables up higher. Because that was one of the things, like, I would love to be able to fucking do that. The problem is, I can't make this house built for me if this isn't going to be my forever home.
Right.
Because it's going to be really hard to sell it to somebody who's like 5'4".
Right.
But I'll tell you right now, if I do win the Powerball tomorrow, I will build a house that's custom built for me. It'll be a country home, and people will appreciate country homes that are built for somebody, a little bit taller than, the hermits from Little House on the Prairie who are like 4'8".
Right. No kidding.
So, Joe, we got a couple other things to go through, and we're at about 38 minutes.
Oh yeah, we should probably do those.
Yeah. Do you just want to split this into 2? Are you comfortable with doing that?
Yeah, I don't care.
Because I still got to do the plugs. I still have yet to do that. And maybe like on the next episode, we'll finish up Tollbooth and talk about the new laws. And this one I can do the plugs. We can mention the old guests that have stuff coming out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I didn't realize that we would have like 40 minutes of bullshit to talk about outside of the other bullshit that we had.
Yeah, well, it's been a few weeks.
It has. Okay, guys, well, I'm a liar, so this isn't the season finale. The next episode is the season finale. Look at that.
Lucky you.
Like, how happy are you guys to know that this isn't the end of season 5 quite yet? But I will tell you guys right now that this episode of this freaking show is brought to you by CarterComics.com. That's right, guys. It's the best shopping spot for you to... God damn it. I'm getting too excited. I gotta take it back.
I thought you were doing fine.
I thought I was, and then, like, It was one of these things where like I started talking before my mind got there.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like my mind's like, okay, I know what I want to say, but I'm just gonna start throwing words out there, like awesome, great, grand, pancake.
Yeah.
Like what? Like pancake. Also, fun fact: I started going on my diet before I get into the plugs. I started my keto diet again.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why, but I have such a like massive craving for liver sausage.
Really?
Yeah. Or liverwurst, whatever the fuck it's
You got
called.
like vitamin A deficiency or something?
I don't know, man. I take a lot of fucking vitamins. I think that's one of the things that kind of been helping me get a lot better over the last few weeks too, because I've been taking vitamin C, men's one a day, probiotic, zinc.
No, yeah, you shouldn't be short of anything. I was just thinking like why someone would crave liver.
Sometimes liver, you know what I'm talking about? Not liver, the liverwurst, like
but that's just liver sausage in German.
Listen, man, don't fuck it up for me. They're two totally different things.
Fair enough. They do taste completely different.
There is liver that's made out of animal liver, and then there's liverwurst that's made out of a mysterious meat or organ of the body that nobody knows about. It just happens to be there.
Fair enough.
It's like buffalo wings. There's bison burgers, and then there's buffalo wings. Same concept. Don't take that away from me.
Yeah. Well, they can't fly. Their wings are too small for their
That's
bodies.
true. That's true. That's why they get cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Or for PETA people out there, they just fall off naturally, and we reuse them.
Yeah. The fruit of the prairie.
100%.
Buffalo wing.
Oh, fun fact, also thing. So, I know that we mentioned we're going to do a lot of like food challenges and stuff like that. Do you realize that I could just order like a bunch of like Buffalo Wild Wings, like completely naked, and get like a bunch of their sauce, like every single one of their sauces on the side?
Yeah.
I think we're going to find the cheap way to do, because we're going to try every single one of those Buffalo Wild Wing sauces. And we're going to do it the cheap way, where we're just going to get the sauces on the side, and we'll just pour them on the fucking wings.
That's perfect. That makes perfect sense to me.
Right. Especially since now that I'm back on the keto, I can't really do the chicken sandwich challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I will. When I break keto, which I might do every 6 weeks, maybe we'll look at doing it then.
Yeah.
But I'm going to save all that stuff for episode 1 of season 6, because that's our plan here. So this episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It's the best place for you guys to go to start a comic book collection or continue a comic book collection you already have. They have every comic. They have every. God damn it! Like, why can't I do this, man?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Like, why is it's like it feels like my body is slowly stroking on me. I'm gonna try one more time. If I can't do it, I give up. Oh. I bet our listeners love this. Of all the years I gave you shit about Dapper Ties and Audible and shit, finally this is my time to shine.
Yep.
This episode of This Freakin' Show is brought to you by CarterComics.com. The best online store to get your comic needs. Everything from graded comics to the raw comics are available here at CarterComics.com. I know what you're thinking, Trasty, what's a graded comic? Well, let me tell you, I don't even know what that fucking means, because I'm not, I'm not so ingrained into the comic book world, but that's why Carter Comics is here to help me with that. A graded comic is something that it's kind of looked at by a professional comic book grader, who puts a grade on the comic. And it's not a letter grade, so you don't got to worry about, reliving your high school days of getting D's. But they're like 9.8, 9.6s. 10 is a perfect, but they're hardly ever 10s. But they do have 9.8s. They have so many 9.8s. I know, because I go on their website quite frequently to find the new and better and new updated comics that they always add to their store. I know what you're thinking, Travesty, I don't want to buy a comic from just a store. I like the adventure of bidding on a comic and winning it and taking it from people. Well, if you're a monster like that, then they can help you out there too, because all you gotta do is go to CarterComic.com, scroll to the bottom of their website, click on either one of the 4 eBay accounts that they currently have, find a comic you want, and bid away. But don't be a monster, be a good person, and just buy it outright from the CarterComic.com store. And the only way to do that is to join up at CarterComic.com, create an account. I like to call it a Carter Comic Club, but I still haven't yet been verified if it is a Carter Comic Club. I'll still call it the Carter Comic Club until somebody tells me it's not the Carter Comic Club. Just make an account. Fill your cart up with all their amazing comic books that they have. And if there's one that you want and you don't seem to find it at CarterComics.com, reach out to them, message them, email them saying, hey, look, this is the comic I'm looking for. I can't seem to find it. Do you happen to have it? They will check their inventory because they have more comics available than they actually have posted because they have so much coming in that they might even have it. And they might be able to put it out to the side for you and make you a deal to you where you get it outright. Fill up your cart, guys. Use the code FreakNet or Cartoon Joe at your shipping. Just put it in the comments section of your shipping, and they will give you 10% off your order. That's right, 10% off your entire order just by using the promo code FreakNet or Cartoon Joe on your final order of CarterComics.com. That's CarterComics.com.
Nailed it.
Thanks,
Right
Joe.
Good job.
3 times. It took me 3 times to do that.
Hey, sometimes the third time is the charm.
That's right. That's right. Especially at the end of our 5th season.
Yep. Happens. You know what else happens is you, listener, should go to audibletrial.com/freaknet and get yourself a free 30-day trial of Audible and a free credit towards your first audiobook purchase. It's a great way to read a book effectively while doing other things. You could read a book while you drive, read a book while you clean your house, while you let your back repair itself, while you do your stretches. Sorry if this is too specific.
Who you be talking about?
Just whoever. Maybe there was something really relatable in your troubles this last week or 2 or 3 that the listeners at home have. And so it's a great way to read a book. You could find just about anything on there that you might want to read with your own eyes. You can read with your ears, which is fantastic because usually I don't know about you and the voice in your head that reads, but the people that they usually get to do it professionally are a lot better than the voice in my head a lot of the time. They do sometimes they'll do cool voices. Sometimes you'll have one time I read a version of Neil Gaiman's American Gods that had a full cast reading where they had a different actor for every part in the book, including the narrator, which was tremendous. It was like listening to a radio show or watching a TV, but with my ears. It's a great way to do it. So I really encourage you, listeners, you're already listening to this on your phone or your computer or whatever. You can pick up your next great book that way, too. Go to audibletrial.com/freaknet and get your next great read.
Nice, Joe.
Thank you.
That's nice. I like how you threw me in there.
Yeah.
You
were doing lots of things that you could read while you were doing if you had an audiobook. That's all.
100%. 100%. You know what's the best thing about audio books is that for those of you who may have difficulties reading, you could buy the book, and while somebody's reading it to you, you could follow along, and they could probably help you.
It's a great way to do it. And if you have like a Kindle or whatever, they got a thing called Whisper Sync, where you can listen to it and read it on your Kindle.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, I want to talk a little bit about some of the interactions I had with some of the former guests. 2022 seems like it's going to be a year of guests.
Nice.
Which I'm really excited for because it's one of the things that we've been kind of aiming at doing again is bringing people back onto the show. It's kind of been something that we've gone away from over the last couple of years, which has been weird because you think with the quarantine and stuff, we'd have the ability to do stuff like that. But the biggest problem was, because of the quarantine, nobody was doing anything. So there wasn't really anything to promote and talk about. The biggest one I want to talk about is Infinite Monkeys. We've mentioned them a couple episodes ago, a few weeks ago, about the finalization of their new game coming out. It's called a game, right? Is it a book?
Yeah, it is a book, but it is a book that has a game in it.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to read their most recent update. Just so you guys know, which also, by the way, thank you guys for shouting us out on your Facebook page. I really do appreciate that. not a lot of the guests that we have on will do that for us, but the fact that you guys did, I appreciate that. So, thank you. Stellar Chaos is on the cusp. Flora and fauna are done, which I'm assuming those might be characters.
Plants and animals.
Oh, so they're not names of people?
I don't think so in this case.
If you have twins, can you name them Flora and Fauna?
I think they'd be great names.
All right, just keep that in the back of your head. I don't know what you do middle name wise, but I think a Flora, Fauna. I think it had to be two girls though. I don't know if that'd be a good boy's name, both good girls' names. So if you have twin girls, I think a Flora or a Fauna or both.
I like that. If I have twin boys, it'll be Gideon and Fabian.
Gideon, I like. Would you shorten Gideon in any way? Like just on like an everyday talk or not?
I don't know. I'm not sure what I would shorten it to. Dion?
You do Dion.
Yeah. G.
Gid. Come here, Gid.
Gid.
What was the other one? Gideon and what?
Just G. Oh, Fabian.
Fabian. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fabes. You can say Fabes.
Yeah, Fabes. Fabs.
Yeah, Fabs.
Abe. You could just do Abe.
We could do Abe, yeah.
So I also really love like the old timey habit of giving people nicknames that don't match their names at all. So like Harold would become Hank and Jonathan would become Jack.
Yeah. Well, see,
so just do whatever you want, right? So like name him Gideon and then call him like Frank.
Right. I never understood that. Like, first off, how does William become Bill?
I don't know, but William becoming Bill makes a lot more sense to me than Jonathan becoming Jack.
Yeah. Yeah. Henry to Hank, Jonathan to Jack, William to Bill. I never understood him because for the longest time, Awkward Colin's dad, we always called him Bill. He just liked being called Bill. I never knew his fucking name was William.
Oh, yeah.
Which I guess realistically, if you look at it, Hank Hill is really Henry Hill.
Yeah, bro, maybe.
See? World we live in. Anyways. Okay.
Yeah, well, like Aunt Connie, when we got married, we asked her what her card should say. Mm-hmm. And she was like, my parents named me Connie because if I had been named Constance, everyone would have called me Connie anyway. So who knows? Who knows? Don't name him Apple or North.
Oh God! Oh, baby!
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, we're gonna do an episode of celebrity baby names. Maybe we'll bring back Mike Corona. do an episode of baby names.
Nice.
Stellar Chaos is on the cusp. Flora and fauna are done. Just finishing up the governmental background information for the manual, and we're ready for print. So, getting closer and closer. I'm excited. I think. Gotta make a list. Joe, you got a list? Do we have a list of guests we're bringing back on?
Not handy.
Okay. I'll grab a piece of paper.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Gotta do that. We gotta, I think CJ Standel is about to wrap up Rebirth of a Gangster soon.
Are they?
Yeah.
Infinite Monkey Games. Okay. I'll look up CJ stuff. Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while. He's always been usually good about reaching out to us saying, hey, this is almost ready. Probably lost faith in us.
Yeah, maybe. CJ Standalone. My phone corrected it too.
CJ Standalone.
Funny.
Leslie Tom, I think, also has a record coming out soon too.
Oh, hot. That's great.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when the last time I talked to her, but there was we just had a conversation. I was telling her, we would love to have you back on the show and everything. And I think that's coming up.
Nice.
I really wish I could find the actual conversation, but yeah, I know she has something coming up soon, so I'm excited to get her back on and talk to her because I love country music, and she's like that old school country.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Yeah.
None of that hick hop.
Nah, God. Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse down the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. And that's how you get an episode demonetized.
Good thing we don't make money on our episodes.
Right. Thank God for Carter Comics, Audible, and BallWash.com for being sponsors of the show. Make sure you go to BallWash.com. Use the promo code FreakNet to save you 15% on your entire order. I know you're thinking, Travis, you didn't mention what we should be ordering. Well, let me tell you, they have everything from shampoos, conditioners, to body rubs, body scrubs, both liquid and bar soaps. And it also comes with you can also throw in a nice little body scrubber in there too.
It is a nice body scrubber.
That's right. Right? So many great products. Personal lubricants, hand sanitizers, Ball Guard, which is the best product that they still have. I will fight tooth and nail on that being the best product because it helps with chafing.
It's important.
100%. But yeah, go to ballwash.com, flip your card with all their amazing products. And again, use the promo code FREAKNET, that's FREAKNET, at checkout. You'll save yourself 15% on your entire order. That's right, guys. Ballwash.com. Let's get that funk out of your junk. Okay, so Kyle Hester, if you guys remember, Kyle Hester was actually on our show not too long ago.
I don't remember Kyle Hester.
How do you not remember Kyle Hester?
I feel bad that I don't remember.
Yeah, I wonder if God, I'm trying to remember. He's coming out with a new movie. And he wants us to talk about Preacher 6. Remember Preacher 6? Years ago.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
All right.
Okay. He's coming out with a new movie. Preacher 6 visual effects. Oh, I guess it's still coming out. Preacher 6. I don't fucking know. I just know that this dude messaged me back in October, and it was a generic message. It was one of those, like, I'm going to send this out to everybody. Where I said, hello, my friend. I am pushing hard to finish my film Preacher 6. In the spirit of independent films, would you be so kind as to pitch in $5 or $10 to the fundraising campaign? We are bringing on VFX reinforcements and everything to help. And I told him, hey, Cal, email me at thisfreakinshow@yahoo.com all the information about your movie, and I'll mention it on the podcast. He said, let's set it up. I'll have more time after the new year.
Nice.
Well, Preacher 6. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, so he did Zombie with a Shotgun. All right.
Did he? No.
Yeah. I'm on his IMDb page.
No, he didn't. That was Hilton Ruiz, man.
No, Kyle Hester played Hank Ray in Zombie with a Shotgun.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess that's how we know Kyle Hester.
Yeah. I didn't know that until right now. If I'm being cards on the table.
No, it's okay.
I found that out from IMDb, but
we watched Zombie with a Shotgun, and I didn't even fucking know that. But you know what? I think that's what people appreciate about us is that like we don't lie about knowing shit.
No.
Let's see if I just scroll through our freaking guests real quick. I don't think Kyle Hester was actually ever on our show. It's probably just a name. Hilton Ruiz was on it for Zombie with a Shotgun. CJ Standel, obviously. You Again web series. I mean, they're gone, but whatever. Clint, we gotta get back on. I haven't talked to Clint in quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
Infinite Monkeys, we gotta get back on. Brian Lau, I haven't talked to in a while. You remember M&K Productions from the movie The Expecting?
Yeah.
You know what's funny, though? There is one guest on here, and I don't know if it's right to say it, but I'm going to say it anyways, that we did lie about liking their shit.
Yeah, I forget who.
Yeah, no, I remember. Weirdings, a podcast, is no longer around. We love those guys. James Dermond, Doorway to the Unseen.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't get a chance to get him on when Volume 2 was out. Volume 3 was just released.
Oh, nice.
So he would love to come back on the show and talk and everything, and I would have no problem doing that. I think that's something. Limitless Disguise Cosplay wants to come back on. I think she wants to come back on and talk more about what's going on with 2022. So there's a lot of people that Pretty Little Freaks. I don't think we'll have them on.
Fair.
Right. Just to really dig into my failures there. Oh My Sophie, I would love to have Oh My Sophie back on, my fucking white whale, and that's not a dig at anything other than the fact that she avoids me or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
What the hell is it? Evades. She evades.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get her on. I also want to get Super Casey on. I would love to get them on.
I was thinking about Super Casey.
Show. I would love to get Super Casey and Oh My Sophie on the same episode. Because it's not even like so far like I'm like because like there's no and nothing against what they do professionally, but there's no reason for us to talk about their cosplay so much as I would love to dig into their mind of the mental like struggles that cosplayers go through. Because there's got to be. We go through them, and we're just podcasters who rarely do this.
Right.
But that will change in 2022. That will change.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to get them on just to talk about the mental strain that cosplaying puts on a person. I think that's everyone. I think I mentioned everyone that has reached out or like what I'm thinking about. I mean, obviously, we would love to get every guest back on. Cody from F&, who we had on a while back, he has a couple other bands going. I've been trying to get him on for the last year. We just can never really sync up. He's somebody I want to get back on. I might do what I did back in 2019 and just kind of reach out to everybody and just say, hey, you want to come back on the show? Yes. Hey, you want to come back on the show? Yes.
Yeah.
There's 2 people I definitely will not have back on the show. And there's one that I think is too much of a headache for me to be okay with coming back on. So, but I'm just being honest. Definitely 2. No way they're going to be back on the show. There's no reason for them to be back on the show. I'm okay without them being back on the show. And one person that it just seemed almost like too big of a headache to have them back on the show. So, but yeah, no, 2022, we're going to have more guests on. And again, we'll talk more about that on, season 6, episode 1. So that'll be in a couple of weeks. But as of right now, Joe, what are you freaking thinking about?
What am I freaking thinking about?
What are you freaking thinking about?
Oh, it's a good question.
Yeah, what are you freaking thinking about?
I've been watching on HBO Max just a lot of Steven Universe.
What is that?
It's a cartoon show that was on Cartoon Network probably a decade ago that I really enjoyed. It's about a kid who his mom, he's half alien. And the type of alien is they call it gems. They come from another planet. They're sentient gemstones that project bodies of light, and they get into fights and stuff. And it's just a typical like coming of age meets chosen one story, and it's a good kids show about friendship and the meaning of life and family and all that stuff. And it's great. It's a really great show. It's super low key. There is a lot of singing in it. So if you're like not into cartoons and you're not into singing, maybe don't watch it. But if you don't care, if you don't mind the occasional musical number, it's a really fun show. I really like it a lot. My wife hates it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel a little bit bad about watching it all this week while she's been home, but that's marriage. That's what you got to do.
100%.
So I just watch it by myself with the volume turned really low. It's fine. So, but no, I really enjoy it. It's a great show. It's worth marital strife for me to watch. So that's how I feel about it. So I recommend it. It's on HBO Max. It's also on anywhere you get Cartoon Network, you can watch it. It's just a fun little popcorn show, I think. So, what about you? What are you freaking thinking about?
I finally had an opportunity to kind of catch up on some NCIS since I haven't watched like the last 3 seasons. I learned a lot over the past, I think it's 2019 up until now, because they kind of shorted season 16 and 17 because of COVID.
Oh,
which
yeah.
also, I found out, which I think it's weird. And I don't know if it's weird because NCIS is the only one that did it, or it's weird that NCIS actually did it. But spoilers to anyone who hasn't watched season 18 of NCIS yet, but it did come out last year. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it, there is an ME on there, Palmer, Dr. Palmer on there, who has a wife that in the show, not the actress, but the show, the character, died of COVID.
Oh.
And I tried looking, and I can't find another show that did that.
Wow.
So that's interesting to me that they did something like that. I also have a kind of it's more of a fan theory. I don't know if it's a pettiness on my end, but I do know that Mark Harmon left NCIS halfway through season 18.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
And I honestly believe, and it could just be me, and I could be completely 100% wrong, but I did read that they hired a couple people to kind of give a more law enforcement based direction to the show. And it happened around the whole not Gavin, it happened around the George Floyd incident. I personally think that maybe they got rid of the Gibbs character because there's like an old school thing that they're trying to get away from. I could be wrong. It's just my kind of it's weird how everything was happening that way.
So interesting.
But from what I was reading is they brought these people in to kind of explain and show people the proper law enforcement way of doing things, not the outlaw version that you see on TV. Which I got no problem with it. It's more realism at that point. It's just weird that I haven't gotten to the point where Gibbs left yet. I think he left at episode 9 maybe, and I'm only on episode 2 of season 18. So I do plan on finishing it up over the next couple of days. But I just been wanting to watch. I've been watching a lot of TV. So I just watched the newest season of Cobra Kai, which was phenomenal. I watched the newest season of Letterkenny, also phenomenal.
Nice. I forgot about that. It was so good.
I forgot about it until today. I was like, oh shit, Letterkenny, because obviously I've been watching NCIS. So I'm like, oh, I gotta watch fucking Letterkenny. I blew through it in a few hours because it's only 20 minutes long and there's only fucking 6 of them.
Yeah, it's really short. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so you get through it in 2 hours. 3 when you got Hulu commercials. But I mean, it's okay, that season was done. Didn't disappoint. Fucking happy with it. I finished up, what other show I was watching? Holy hell, what the hell was I watching, Joe?
I don't know.
I don't even know what streaming service it was on. Is it Netflix? Oh my god. I watched Hawkeye. I saw that. I still have yet to finish Falcon or Loki. I don't know if I can get back into those. But what the hell did I just finish watching? Oh, Big Bang Theory. Oh, I rewatched the entire Big Bang Theory series. So
nice.
Yeah. Hey, fun fact. Do you know that? So we're ending season 5, and Standal hasn't been on it since the end of season 3.
Oh dang! It has been a long time.
Yeah, what the hell happened to season 4? I don't think we had any guests on in season 4.
I think you're right.
Either that or I didn't update this website well. Yeah. I'll have to go back. And look. Maybe I didn't update the website, but I don't think we did have anyone in season 4. So, hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Every week our listeners catch Cartoon Joe here on this freaking show. But, you know what? It's just not enough. It's not enough time for our listeners to get their Cartoon Joe fill. If an hour of Cartoon Joe a week just isn't enough for our listeners, where else can they go?
If you need more Cartoon Joe, you can find me over the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Google Play, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
How is Geekcast Live going, Joe?
We're good. We're on our Christmas break. So I imagine we'll start planning the next season sometime next week.
This is what, season 7?
Yeah, 8? I think that's right.
7?
Let's see. We started in 2014. So, it'll be season 8.
Yeah,
maybe even season 9.
Well, 2014 to now, yeah, it'll be 8 years. Yeah, I guess it just depends on when because your seasons start and end at the beginning of the year.
Right. It'll be season 9 because I just opened up my podcast app and we just finished season 8. So.
I guess that's right. I guess from 14 to 21 it's 7. But if you count 14, you count 21. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Also, we gotta get GCR on. I haven't had a GCR on since season 1. I hope he's not too big for me.
Right.
Right.
Hope he comes on. Be great.
Right. It'd be great to talk to family again. I said I haven't spoken to him since we did that baseball bracket that he lost and owes me a shot, my lord. So, all right, guys, make sure you get that, my lord. Yeah, he's got to pay his debt. Mm-hmm. You know what you should do? You should find out if he has a bottle of Malort at the house, and you should have him do it on the next episode.
Oh,
because I will accept that because I trust that he's a man of honor, and if he does have a bottle of Malort in his house and he is recording the show and he says that he will do it, that he would do it. He wouldn't just lie about it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and I also think we got to a point now where I'm pretty sure he's probably okay with the taste of Malort, so like the bet really doesn't mean much anymore. But still, I know he's a man of honor, and it's a bet is a bet. So if you could just mention to him, like, hey, listen, yo, Travis, shot of Malort. He asked if you would just do it on the show, and he would just say it, that's fine. And if he could do it, there we go. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Yeah, just make a note. Write a little note or something, sticky notes. Guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching This Freakin' Show. And, of course, you can catch our shows when they are released on pretty much every podcast platform out there. Just search This Freakin' Show. If you go onto iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and give us a review because those do help us in our positions in the rankings, I guess, of podcasts. That's all I got, guys. So, as always, I am Travis C.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show. I'm out.